Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. Let's jump right in. So in order for us to do this, we will be using the regex replace function. And to do that, the first thing that I'm going to do is to look through all of these data sets to see if the patterns are consistent. First thing that we want to do is to extract all of the last 10 digits. For instance, here we have a 1, we have a +1 here, we have a 0, 1. We don't want all of those. We just want to capture all of the last 10 digits for each of the phone numbers and then have them in the North American format. But looking through this data set, I can see a lot of consistency in it, and I'm able to write a regex function to deal with all of them except the ones that have these brackets. And that's just because it's different from every one of them. So the first trick is to take out this bracket from any phone number that I have in this column. That way I'm then able to apply a regex pattern to be able to convert all of them into a consistent format. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go equals regex replace. And where is the text? It's right here. And what is the pattern? So the pattern here is, I'm going to first wrap them in quotes, is I'm looking for anywhere within this text that has either the open parentheses or the closing parentheses. It's called brackets also in some other parts of the world, whatever rocks your boat. So to do this, I'm first going to open this up and type in open parentheses. Then I'm going to close it up. And I'm going to use the pipe. And I'm going to open up another parenthesis, and this time the closing parenthesis, and I'm going to close it. So what I'm telling Excel here is I want to look for anywhere you have the open or closed parentheses. And what do I want to replace them with? I want to replace them with nothing. So I'm just going to type this quote mark twice, and I'm going to close that, hit enter. It's not going to make any difference for this one because we don't have any open and closing parentheses. So I'm going to send this all the way down, and there you have it. You see that I no longer have my parentheses here. So now I can apply my regex pattern, which is to find the last 10 digits. And no matter what's separating all of them, I want all of them to be in the format that we have in this phone number here. So what I'm going to do is since I've already replaced all of the parentheses with nothing, now I'm just going to use the regex replace again. And this time around, I'm going to reference the already existing formula as the text. So what I'm going to do is come back here and type regex replace tab. So it's asking what's the text. So I'm going to leave the formula as the text. So now we have to write the pattern, and the pattern is a little bit long, but I'll explain it as we go. So the first thing is I'm saying there could be any characters before the number. So there could be a plus, there could be just about anything, I don't know. Or there could be a space, as a matter of fact, as we have in this one where we have a plus and then there's a space, and in this phone number, for instance, there's a space. So I'm just going to specify that this may be between 0 and 3. For those who have been following my regex videos, you should understand that this means that I'm specifying that whatever character that I'm expecting here, it could be between 0 and 3 times. And now I'm going to use a question mark. What the question mark is doing is saying this character could be there or it may not be there. So that one is, so I need to capture this. Do I need to capture? Okay, I think my formula works good. Let me look at it. Okay, that's the pattern. Now this is what I need to capture. So now I'm going to open parentheses. And what I want to find is a pattern. So in most of my previous videos, I have used 0 to 9 to represent digits, but I can also use /lowercase d to represent numbers. So it's just digits in regular expression language. So the first couple of numbers in a North American phone number is the area code, and that's 3 digits. So here I'm going to be very specific and say, look for the first 3 digits and then close that capture group. And after that, I'm going to say there could be another character that's not a number. So what I'm looking for here is there could be a dash, there could be a space, there could be no space. As a matter of fact, in this example, there's no space in between. So what I'm saying here is there could be a space or there may not be a space. So I need to put a question mark. Question mark is saying you may find a character or you may not find. So next, I'm going to capture the next 3 digits. So I'm just going to type forward slash, oh, it's the backslash D. And I'm going to type in 3 again, because we're trying to be very specific. I'm going to close the parentheses and do the same as the first 3 numbers, put a period and then question mark. This is saying there may be another character that's not a number, or there may not be. And so the final one is for the 4-digit numbers. So I'm going to go backslash D. And this is going to be 4. So I'm going to type in a 4 in there. And then I'm going to close it and wrap the quotation mark. Now this looks like it's a lot of code that's not easy to understand, but I'll just do a recap of all of the pattern. What I'm saying is there might be a character that's not a number. It may be between 0 to 3 times. So there may be 2 or 3 spaces. There might be 2 or 3 pluses, 2 or 3 dashes, or 2 or 3 period marks, like we have periods in between here. And then the first 3 digits is what we're looking for. And then we're looking for the next 3 digits. There could be anything in between them. And then the last 4 digits. And once I have this pattern, so the next thing is, what are we going to replace it with? And this is where I'm going to use, now I'm going to open parentheses again and just say $1 dash $2 dash $3. I'm going to explain this in 1 second. And I'm going to close the whole formula. So what I'm saying here is, if you notice, I've used in this pattern, the first one doesn't have parentheses wrapped around it. That's because I'm just identifying that pattern, but I'm not capturing it. But here, this parenthesis means I'm capturing the regex pattern. Here, I'm also capturing, and here I'm also capturing. So what I'm saying here is, whatever you capture in the first one and a dash, whatever you capture in the second one with another dash, and whatever you capture last, put it in here. So that's what the 1, 2, 3 means. So for every capture group within parentheses, we can always reference them with the $sign. And that's what I've done here. So let's press enter. And you can see this phone number that didn't even have any characters in between has become formatted in the North American style. And if I send this all the way down, we notice no changes here because it was already that way. This one, we already dealt with it by removing the parentheses. This one had a period and we've changed it to the standard format. This one had a 1 in between, we've dropped that one. This one had a +1, we've dropped both. This one had a 0, 1, we've dropped it. This one already was in the right format, so no changes. And this one had spaces in between them. So that's it. That's how you can use regular expressions to create standard formats. If you find this content useful, share with others, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.